Hi there, my name is Fallout, and if you're a returning viewer to my channel, come on, don't be afraid of commitment, baby. It's a great way to support my channel for free. Click the big red button one time, you know you want to. Today we're going to attempt to answer a wildly important question that I've seen everywhere since the launch of the Witch Queen. Are enhanced weapon perks worth it? This is going to be a combination of both in-game data recorded by many talented people in my community and a series of questions that only you, the viewer, can answer. But before we roll up our sleeves and dive in, a different kind of question from me to you. Guys, do you like your hair? Mine's green right now. Don't ask why. Anytime somebody tells me they want me to touch grass, all I have to do is this. But did you know that 2 out of 3 guys will experience hair loss by the time they're 35? Today's video is brought to you by Keeps. They offer clinically proven, research-backed treatment to stop hair loss and improve overall hair growth. With Keeps, you can get expert care without ever needing to go to either a pharmacy or a doctor's office. All Keeps treatment plans are doctor recommended and delivered directly to your door. Take better care of your hair, and you don't have to leave the couch. That's a win-win. Keeps also has a network of top-shelf medical advisors, prescribers, and overall care specialists to support you in preventing hair loss. Each treatment plan comes with a full year of unlimited messaging. Don't hesitate about reaching out with questions or comments because you can connect with your prescribing doctor anytime. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of the hair you have, Keeps has you covered. Gentlemen, hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/fallout or click the link in the video description. Again, that is keeps.com/fallout. All right, back to the content. One of the biggest benefits of shaping or reshaping a new weapon in Witch Queen is being able to add an enhanced weapon perk. Enhanced weapon perks were originally pitched to us by Bungie as better versions of original weapon perks. And for the most part, they are, but as people are starting to learn, in many cases, better ain't really that much better. Here's the deal. My overall plan for today's video was as follows. Lock myself in a tiny room and record private match footage on every enhanced weapon perk in the game until I had concrete data on every single one. However, as I'm sure many of you know, that's not exactly a realistic goal for one dude to accomplish. First of all, there's a metric ton of enhanced weapon perks. Some third-party sites have also pulled names of enhanced perks that ain't available in the game yet, but even focusing on the ones that are currently available in the game, I mean, goddamn, there's just a lot of them. And while I'd be fine-ish with just parking here in my chair and doing that over and over one perk at a time, shaping weapons with enhanced perks is really expensive. Even with the latest TWAB talking about how the crafting economy is going to change, it's just, you'd go broke immediately. Every shape or reshape at the crafting table with an enhanced perk requires Ascendant Alloy, and even with the improved drop rates, the chances of getting them aren't terrific. And then I'd have to go farm both deep sight weapons and neutral element. Long story short, too late. If anyone tried to sit here and do all the work alone, they would either have a great video to share in 2023, or it would turn into a Shining like Jack Nicholson situation in like 2 weeks. So I got help. First, I of course reached out to my friend, Court. I've mentioned him a bunch on the channel before, but he's very well known for compiling data in a very organized fashion. Turns out he was already chatting with a few other people from the Massive Breakdown Discord trying to do the exact same thing. I ended up making a new channel in my Discord and extended an open invitation to anyone who wanted to come in and help. Right away, a bunch of people came in and we got to work on divvying up the workload. As we started to record clips and fill out the enhanced perk spreadsheet I had put together, a pattern began to quickly emerge. Enhanced perks, while definitely better than their original counterparts, aren't exactly better by a whole lot. With very few exceptions, almost every enhanced perk falls under a particular umbrella. Improved duration or activation, which by the way is probably the most common. Passive stat buffs, i.e. a hair more range, more stability, more reload, whatever. And finally, mildly increased potency. Right away, why don't we talk about umbrella number 1, improved duration and or activation. I immediately wanted to double check and test out enhanced perks that I hoped may have hidden better extra damage output. Perks like Adagio, Kill Clip, Rampage, frenzy, one for all, stuff like that. With few notable exceptions, the vast majority of weapon perks that revolve around dealing extra damage do not have their damage output improved via their enhanced version. A general rule of thumb is if an extra damage dealing weapon perk has a timer, it will usually fall under Umbrella 1. Rather than having its damage beefed up, it'll have its timer extended. Now, I'm not necessarily bummed out by that because I get it. If enhanced kill clip jumped up to 40 or 50%, that would really shake things up violently in PvP, and Bungie would borderline have an overnight meta revolution and a Twitter riot. But I'm telling you this because the more I learn about each enhanced perk that we test, the more I feel I can now predict what the enhanced buff will be when new enhanced perks inevitably come out. Adagio, kill clip, rampage, one for all damage dealing perks with a limited time duration when activated, all have their timers extended anywhere between half a second to 1 full second with their enhanced version. Kill clip goes from 5 seconds on regular to 5.5 seconds under enhanced. Rampage goes from 3.5 seconds at base to 4 seconds under enhanced. Side note on Rampage, by the way, you can also apply the Rampage weapon mod to a gun to take the enhanced Rampage duration from 4 to 5 seconds. Adagio's duration goes from 7 to 8 seconds. Frenzy's duration, when activated, goes from 5 to 5.5 seconds, and One for All's duration goes from 10 to 11 seconds. Moving forward, you can pretty much bet that any enhanced version of any damage-related perk that has a timer will fall under the extended duration or activation umbrella. Okay, next umbrella, passive stat buffs. Some enhanced weapon perks simply give your weapon a very mild bump to any one given stat. For example, Ambitious Assassin doesn't offer larger magazine overflow on activating, but rather a passive bump to the reload stat. Chill Clip doesn't offer additional stacks of slow when you hit a target, but rather a passive buff to your gun's stability. Cornered doesn't give additional faster charge or draw time, but rather a passive buff to stability. Dragonfly doesn't give a larger or more powerful explosion, but rather a passive buff to weapon reload speed. For many of you out there, this is probably not new information, especially because the weapon crafting table will tell you right up front what the enhanced version of each perk does. Again, it's a mixture of kind of a bummer, but I also get it. If Enhanced Ambitious Assassin could take a rocket launcher mag from 2 up to 3, we would be doing backflips of joy, while I'm sure the PvE team over at Bungie would probably be pulling their hair out. It's a fine tightrope walk between making a perk better, but not game-breakingly better. Next umbrella, mildly increased potency. Perks like Demolitionist, Ensemble, Thresh, Surplus, and so on. Because these perks don't have a timer that can be extended, but offer direct benefits like extra weapon stat improvement, extra grenade, or super energy immediately upon activation, all of those are improved, but mildly. Perks like Demolitionist and Thresh are incredibly hard to measure to a perfect degree of accuracy. Back when I measured the power of Thresh in an old video on my YouTube channel, I sat in a private lobby for literally hours measuring how many extra seconds I got at different tiers of intellect for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 kills each tier. It was brutal, horrible, and I wouldn't impose that on anyone trying to help me. But if you're asking me, it's a really safe assumption that perks like Enhanced Thresh or Enhanced Demo function the same way as their original counterparts, i.e. more return on your ability the lower your intellect or discipline is, the less return the higher it is. But either way, a slightly better cooldown no matter what. One perk that I thought would fall under Umbrella 1 but wound up under Umbrella 3 was Surrounded. Because Surrounded doesn't have a timer in the same way that Kill Clip or Rampage does, it becomes a rare hidden gem, a perk that actually gets more damage output via the enhanced version. Regular Surrounded, when activated by being near 3 combatants or more, kicks damage up by 30%. By equipping a Surrounded weapon mod, that damage goes up even higher to 36.5%. By upgrading to Enhanced Surrounded, your damage numbers when activated go up to 40%. By putting on a Surrounded weapon mod on top of Enhanced Surrounded, you get your damage kicked up to a mind-boggling 47% for free. Keep in mind though that the way Surrounded is coded, that damage buff will only apply to weapons if it is not a sword. Surrounded on swords, they get less damage. I can't tell you what those numbers are exactly on Enhanced Surrounded though, because currently there are 0 swords in the game capable of being crafted with Enhanced Surrounded. In fact, the only 2 weapons in the game right now able to get Enhanced Surrounded are the Deliverance Fusion Rifle and the Lubrized Run Glaive. Kind of a bummer for now, but a huge thing to keep out for in the future would be if any major damage-dealing weapon, like a power weapon, would be able to get crafted with Enhanced Surrounded for that godly 47% extra damage factor. If you've already gone down into the video description to look at the entire document that we're putting together on enhanced perks, yeah, you will notice that it is not yet fully complete, which at this point I don't think should be surprising.
Well then, Fallout, how can you answer the question which enhanced perks are fully worth taking?
Well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that because with maybe a few exceptions, the answer to that question is 100% dependent on an unpredictable factor, you. Every enhanced perk in the Witch Queen right now, while better, is only very slightly better. And while that might mean nothing to some people, it depends on the user and it depends on the weapon roll. Let me give you an example. I have a likely suspect fusion rifle that I crafted, and because I'm a terrible person, I really enjoy vooping people in PvP with Firmly Planted and successful warm-up. I liked doing it so much that I decided to craft a version with enhanced Firmly Planted and enhanced warm-up. Are the benefits to both of those perks minor at best? Yeah, but because it's a gun that I'm already A, deadly with, and B, love using, what reason do I have to not upgrade the gun? When thinking about enhanced perks and whether or not you should pull the trigger, you shouldn't be thinking, will this make the difference in a game of PvP or in endgame PvE, but can it make a difference? 9 times out of 10, the extra 0.5 seconds on enhanced kill clip is not going to make a lick of difference in a game of PvP. However, that 1 time out of 10, you could make a play that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to make without that extra half second. Could make the difference between you living and dying, could even win you the game. Now, should you drop your favorite kill clip primary weapon to main a different primary weapon you're less comfortable with just because it can roll with enhanced kill clip? Probably not. But again, if down the road you find a craftable weapon you're really vibing with, why not upgrade? Again, there are a few enhanced perks that so far, I'll say if you're going with a particular strategy, there's no reason to not upgrade. My number 1 under that umbrella is enhanced auto-loading holster. If you're unaware, one of the current best DPS strategies on the new raid boss is to pair together Izanagi's Burden and an auto-loading rocket launcher with timed payload. While timed payload only increases blast radius, a classic umbrella number 2 situation, a flat stat buff overall, auto-loading holster for your rocket improves the reload speed just enough to give you perfect weapon swap speed back and forth between your rocket, your Izanagi shot, your Izanagi reload, and then back to your rocket launcher to fire again. Just enough to the point where if you're doing that particular strategy, then yeah, that would be a hard recommend. Another example, enhanced 1-2 punch for PvE. If you're using the strategy where you're using 1-2 punch and a Titan shoulder charge to burn down Gambit Primevals in one go, yeah, you're probably going to upgrade to enhanced because again, why the f not? Easier activation on only needing to land 10 pellets instead of 12, kind of a no-brainer. Anyway, here is the TLDR. Enhanced weapon perks across the board are minor improvements at best. However, even though they're minor, if you have a craftable weapon you already love using, there's no real reason to not eventually upgrade to an enhanced perk. Again, that's all going to depend on you though. Finally, me and the folks in my Discord are going to continue working on the spreadsheet until it's finished because it's very much a community work in progress. If new content drops in the future where we get even more enhanced perks, which I'm sure we will, we'd love to have you swing by and help if you're down. Either way, team effort, and even though it will take a while, that's fine by me. Thanks to those helping out. Check the link in the video description if you want to bookmark the spreadsheet for future reference. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I appreciate you. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.